talk to me about the game, man.
Oh, man, that was amazing. Swiderski, one hell of a strike, man. That is insane. Jozwiak, what an assist. Oh, man. VAR saved us today, but who cares? It's a win to win.
No, VAR didn't save us. That defense saved us because they played up and got them off that, brother. The Mega Powers are here to tell you that Charlotte FC is here to win the whole thing, brother. They're good in their universe, but we're better in ours. Core.
Same thing, man. So all year, all season, right? It's been the same thing. And the first half, we had 73% possession. Did we do anything with it?
Not really, no.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, when we talk about Latanzio out, or we talk about, like, we need to...
You're the first one actually to bring that up tonight.
That's crazy. That's crazy, dude.
Derrick Jones, if you're seeing this, Derrick Jones, I love you, man. I love you, right? You're the only midfielder I love.
This time feels like a loss. Latanzio in the front office is tiptoeing the fine line. Next week against Columbus, we don't get a result. I hate to say it.
Who do you bring in if you let Latanzio go?
Who wants to come here? Get it together.
No! Get off Capetti's nutsack! I told you! Get off his nuts! Capetti is a baller, Vincent. Just saying.
That big apple was a golden delicious, baby. Let's go!
Atlanta, we go over there. We killing you.
My second game. We love Charlotte FC.
Go Charlotte, baby.
And if anyone on the team wants to marry me, you can.
Oh, that's kind of anyways, we'll skip right over that.
Anyways, delete that out of the video, please. My mom would be so disappointed. I love everyone here. We're going to Graham Street. See you there.
Yeah, I think tonight.
But we're Charlotte. And you know what we say to all the other people?
What do we say?
Say it. FC! Charlotte! FC!
No, the second goal was Westwood. No, the second goal was Westwood.
Oh, that we conceded? Could have done better though on the second goal that we conceded. It's like.
We love Christian, Selena.
I don't know. What can March do better?
Selena is absolutely top notch. We're
Top
so
notch.
proud of him. We love him and Charlotte. Yeah, he did a great job.
Like when you go on Kalina's website, you give them like a 5-star Yelp review.
Absolutely, 100% every time.
Damn, I ain't got no interview or nothing. Anyway, over here at Queen City. CLTFC fans, by the fans, damn it.
Hey, George. I got it. Is it CLTFC Fan TV for the fans, by the fans?
Damn it.
Oh my God, bro.
The new intro, man. JT.
Bro, that last part has me. Oh my God. Yeah. I am sweating. I was laughing so hard, bro.
Yeah. He did one on the interview the other night when he said, "This is a hot take," and took off the glasses and he still had glasses on, man.
Yeah,
Me
Bruh.
too, man. That
George.
boy
Yeah.
just shows up at the blue.
That's my homie right there, man. That's my homie. Hey, what's up, y'all? If anyone's even out there, if you're coming from B of A to the fan thing or whatever we'll talk about, that's CLTFC Fan TV for the fans, by the fans. Damn it. I'm JT. That's Lee. That's David from Yeti. And that's Matt C in the house.
That's
Woo,
what's
woo,
up.
woo, woo.
Yeah, yeah.
Murray House. Welcome, y'all. Man. I don't,
It's
you
like
know,
forever.
I'm just feeling, I'm not feeling so good, man. It's like, you know, to me, the season's like done. So I don't know, man.
Well, before we get into all the negative stuff, let's say congratulations to our old Matt C there from the T Gang, man, with his citizenship, man. Welcome to America, Matt.
Thank you very much.
Man, we do the
Can't
pledge
say
of
God save the
allegiance,
king anymore,
man.
apparently.
Yeah, it's always going to be the Queen.
I've had to denounce all
Pledge
princes.
allegiance to the flag of the United States of
Wait,
America,
yeah, stand up.
for the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Amen.
Offer of salute.
Yes.
Oh,
Congrats, Matt. Congrats, man. Welcome to America, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, you
The
know,
Open Cup's going on right now, too. Is that what's
the
happening?
final, but Messi's not even playing, is he? Like, I don't even think he's on the bench, is he?
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not sure he's even in the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
right?
I'm
The
sure
question
he's
is he going to be in our stadium?
getting lit at the clutch. That's what's up.
Shit.
And congratulations, Chancey. So,
Thank
man,
you.
You think Messi's coming here with our turf?
no, he ain't gonna. Well, I really think, I bet you if it comes down to like them needing to beat us to get in the playoffs or something, he'll play until like they go like 2-0 up.
Yeah, they're juggling him at the moment based on what their needs are at that particular time. Although that said, Houston, I think, just took the lead against Miami.
Yep. Houston go.
Was it 30 minutes into the game?
24,
Where are they playing?
Miami.
Makes sense.
In the USA. So, man, let's talk Charlotte.
Let's do it.
Yeah, man.
Let's not.
Let's not. Why you say that, man? Why you say that? You weren't happy with the Cincinnati game, man?
So as I told you earlier, Lee, I'm going to leave the Cincinnati specific discussion up to you guys. I was fortunate enough to be in the mountains and away from any cell service this weekend to miss the entire Cincinnati game, miss the talk around it from everybody, which I think means I'm probably the only sane Charlotte FC fan left because I didn't have to watch that. So
yeah, so
I'll leave
actually
that to you guys.
I was actually coming down the mountain trying to get a signal on my phone, and it kept saying SOS. And then once it finally allowed me to like watch the game, I realized why my phone was telling me SOS. Man,
The SOS was from Latanzio.
Yeah. I mean, do we keep him? Anyone?
Do we keep Zoran? I mean,
that's the whole thing, right? I mean, do you let Latanzio and Zoran go? Just Zoran? Just Latanzio? Like,
Latanzio is a definite yes for me. Zoran I verge on keeping him only because Latanzio's coaching decisions have been so baffling and so weird. I find it hard to believe that Zoran expected him to be playing Ben Bender at right wing and at left wing and Bronico like further forward than he should be, and all the other weird coaching decisions he's made throughout the year. I'm not a mega fan of Zoran by any means, but I also find it hard to judge him when I don't think the product on the field is what he necessarily planned for it to be.
So, I mean, that's a valid point, right? So, but do we have a complete team yet?
No, that's also fair.
No.
Right? Because
I don't think we've ever had a completed team.
No, I don't think so either, to be honest.
We didn't even start the season at our first season with a completed team.
That's true. Look at you with your memory, man. Damn.
and I still don't, it's so frustrating to me as a fan to think about like still not having a complete team and not having like your go-to starting lineup, even adding in the guys that we just gotten recently that I can't pronounce their last name. It's just, I don't know. It's just like, oh, the season's almost over. We're more than likely almost definitely not making the playoffs.
And Charlotte's going to Charlotte, you know, and the other teams in Charlotte are sucking it up. And oh man, I don't want to be. You know, Lee's like, JT, you got to bring some flavor, you got to bring some fun. I'm like, oh man,
Yeah,
where are your names, Lee?
I will
Where's my-
say the positive thing is that in MLS, it does not take much to turn it around extremely quickly. Cincinnati being a perfect example of that. Like, sure, we might not make the playoffs this season. We still could do, but highly unlikely at this point.
Do you want to make the playoffs though? I mean, honestly,
that's also a valid question.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of with Jeff here, you know, one more new manager, but I still think we're going to flush most of the players out this at the end of the season anyways. Like, we really need some wingers, man. I mean, and I don't understand why we all like we're Cross FC, man. You know, we're not Real Madrid FC. We're Cross FC, Upset FC. We're not even Draw FC anymore. We're Can't Get a Win FC, man. God almighty, man. This team, as much time and energy we put into this, man, like, I just want to be like, I'd be happy of making the playoffs comfortably and going out the first round versus like this, how we've been the last 2 years.
Just skirting it. Even if you got in at the very end, you'd prefer, you know, to go out in the first round, but be like, you know, 7th or 8th.
Yeah, like, yeah, be in it, right? Actually be in it, knowing that we're in it, and just be comfortable for something, man.
For real.
Is this a real stat? 33 crosses against Cincy? How many actually made it into the box? I
thought it was 38, to be honest.
Really? Is that a real stat?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And that's the
And
problem,
did you know our first shot, not even on target, because we didn't have a shot on target.
We had a shot on target. Yeah.
Our first shot came around like the 55th minute, 60th minute.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't really have a signal that day, man. Be
That
honest.
was sad. Yeah, like I was gonna say, how many shots on goal do we have? Like
9.
None.
None on goal, but yeah,
None on goal, but 9 shots.
I think there's been some good points made about this game as well. That result in isolation wouldn't be that bothersome to everybody if it wasn't for the results and the situations that came before it.
So
all the drop points that came before it. If we'd picked up a couple of wins in that time and then lost to Cincy, who are arguably the best team in the MLS at the moment, I think everyone would be like, would have liked to have got some points out of it, but I can live with it, kind of thing.
I mean,
but we were desperate, and
Yeah,
But
and
that-
that's no wins. I mean, and that's the whole point. You know, the whole draw FC, but to not have a win, it would almost be better to be like, okay, you get 0 points, but then you get 3, then you get 1-1, then 3, then 0. You know, some wins and losses, but just draw.
What does that say about us as a
smoked by Cincinnati?
What does that say about us as a team, though, to have all these draws, right?
I tell you, Wednesday night.
It depends on how you want to
Wednesday
take
night
the
games,
draws.
I had some special guests Wednesday night with my season tickets, and I told my boy Victor, I said, Victor, man, after we're up that beautiful goal from the assist from Bronico and the hitter to Swiderski, I said, man, this is great. Everyone's celebrating, and people have gotten a lot smarter, and they're throwing water instead of $12 beers. And
Not in the supporter section. They were actually still throwing beers.
yeah, there was still beers around, but still there was I saw plenty of waters too, and I was like, that's smart. But anyway, I was like, listen though, man, because he'd never been in any of our games. I was like, listen, I don't even want to say it, but Charlotte's going to Charlotte, and we're up by 2, and more than likely it's going to be tied at the end. And that plus 7 minute penalty by Uragion, I was like, what in the holy hell? Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, some of those draws were definitely disappointing, right? The Nashville one, I think that one takes the icing on the cake for sure, right? I mean, shit, we were like, what? In injury time, all we had to do was close it out, right?
in
And
about
then-
10 seconds.
yeah, I mean, the Orlando one was kind of tough too, but, you know, I don't know. And then the Philly, oh, man. It's like you can name off all our games almost to be a draw, right? And we couldn't even buy a fucking draw last year.
What the more upsetting thing is all the draws we've had. Well, not all of them, but most of them have been draws that feel like a loss.
Yeah.
There's probably been 2 that felt like, okay, we got ourselves back in it. One that stands out to me was the Seattle game at home. Seattle was on top of us the whole time, but we bounced back to tie it 3-3. All the other draws have felt like we lost the game.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, let's take some positives though, right? I mean, I feel like the team is. I personally think the team is playing better. It's just I think it's that the last third of the pitch, right? And like always wanting to cross it in. That's the only way we're gonna score. Like if somebody would actually drive down the middle, maybe, right, and take a shot outside the box, magic happens when people shoot, man. Because like keepers spill it. There's deflections. There's all kinds of stuff that can happen, and bam, you get a goal, right? I mean. But no, we'll get there, and then when for some reason we gotta push it out wide, man, slow the game down. Man.
Man.
Y'all renewing your season tickets next year?
I'm reducing the
Yeah.
number, but renewing.
Yeah, I mean, I got 4. I thought about going 2, but sometimes I need 4, so it's kind of maybe we'll just give some away, man. So, yes, right? Give us some damn shots outside the box, please. I've been screaming this forever. But, you know, the other thing that I think's been somewhat of a positive since the Nashville game is like Kalina's finally like coming out and collecting the ball and getting off his line, you know, and that sort of stuff. Yeah, look, all these people.
Yeah.
I'm renewing, but I'm not happy. Yeah, but I mean, the good thing is, I think we were the only team in the MLS that actually didn't raise our season ticket prices, at least for the majority of the stadium. I think the club seats went up a couple of percentage points, but I think the East was average 9% increase, and the MLS was 11, or I got that backwards, one of the two. So, yeah, I'm gonna give it one more season, man. Give it one more season, and then I'll renew again.
Yeah,
I
we
mean-
gotta keep renewing for sure to be
Yeah.
a diehard fan. But
I
Yeah.
like free gifts that they give out. Well, not free because you pay for the.
Yeah. I mean, you getting free gifts, Yeti Clan? What's up with that?
Hell no.
No? I mean, I agree with Jeff here. If we're gonna put the boxes and put Patrick up,
Yes.
right? I mean, I don't know.
That's what. No, I'll
Go ahead.
disagree because that's what Copetti's for. Copetti is that guy that you want to be on the end of crosses, on the end of long balls, but obviously our service is not there.
No, it's not. I mean, you can't really blame Copetti for that, even though I'm not really a big Copetti fan, right? But
I'm not blaming Copetti. I'm just saying that overall it's not good because like we need to utilize Copetti. That's the way we need to utilize him, and our service is not there.
no, I think Jalen
They're playing
Lindsey's like
different
the
games.
best crosser that we have, and we hardly start him.
That is true.
It's the
Yeah.
chemistry between the forward players for me. They're none of them work together. It's like pieces of a jigsaw, and they're not fitting together. Carroll doesn't work well with Enzo. Merrim kind of works occasionally a little bit, but it kind of like blows hot and cold a little bit. Bender isn't a winger.
Bender's
Joswiak's blown hot and cold. Like we haven't got players that are complementary to each other.
Yeah. I mean, I think Copetti could come true, right? I mean, I just don't understand. Like the thought to me, and we have wasted. I'd say to top that, I'd say all 3 of our DPs are wasted. To be honest with you, but to me, it's like, what were they thinking by bringing Copetti in, right, and having Carroll drop back, right? I mean, to me, I would have just gone with the 4-4-2 and just put them both up front and let them have at it, right? But it's just the build there just seems off to me.
and that's a Latanzia decision. Right?
I mean, I say that's more of a Zoran decision.
Yeah, it's kind of like a team build thing because we
Yeah.
don't have no chemistry throughout the team at all. Anyway,
At least Capetti's. I've noticed he hasn't been falling down as much. It seems he's still fiery and arguing a lot, but it seems like he's not taking a bunch of dives like he was earlier in the season.
So the reason for that is the lady that we've got 4 kids, so we have a lady that comes cleans our house once a month. Then she's Argentinian.
Man, I got 4 kids, but nobody comes cleans my house, man. What the hell is up with that?
She's Argentinian, and her husband has spoken to Copetti a couple of times now, apparently.
Oh yeah,
and he's basically like told him off for being too mouthy at the referee and falling down all the time, which I think's really funny. So maybe he listens to my cleaner's husband and changes ways.
Sure. I mean, Darren here makes I'm confused too, buddy, man, of what we're doing on the wings, right? We do invert our fullbacks, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't think if we're gonna keep playing this, as this same sort of style next season, then we definitely need at least 2 wingers in there, man. But, I think not Capetti, Carroll's definitely. I wouldn't be surprised if Jaws leaves, right? I honestly think we're
Josh
gonna
is only going to leave if we can find someone to take him.
Who?
Joswiak.
Oh.
He would have to go on free at this point. I'm not sure.
How long was his contract? Was it 3 years? 2?
I'm not sure.
Just
But
in the comments, somebody look that up. Jorge, I see you.
I'm not saying it would be end of contract, I guess. I'm saying that no one's going to pay us money for him at this point.
No.
I don't think
No.
Like
Yeah.
we could maybe get like a couple of $100,000 for him, maybe, but like, is that really going to be is that really going to do anything for us? Like, who cares at that point?
No, it doesn't. And I mean, to be honest with you, I agree. I kind of sort of disagree with this. I have a feeling we're going to stick with Latanzio next season, and then depending. I think they even give him all the next season. And I mean, shit, how hard is it to finish in the top 9 out of what 15? I mean, don't even have to be better than 50% of the teams, man. Jesus Christ, I don't
Honestly,
know.
for fan PR, I think that if we don't make the playoffs, I can't see how Latanzio would stay, because there's just going to be a bunch of pissed off people, and I think it would affect ticket sales.
Well, that's why they're renewing already, though. They've already got you on the hook to renew now, right? I mean, you either pay or sign up for the 6 months no interest sort of thing.
Yeah, but even like future season ticket sales, like from non-renewal ones going into next season, and single ticket sales and merch and everything else.
Well, I think the biggest thing for me with the tickets, at least, is right. I know a lot of people that got the PSLs, they locked into that 3-year contract if they didn't pay it all up front. So, people might just ride it out one more season and then see where it's at. But I am starting to see a lot more chatter of people like, hey, I've got so-and-so left to pay on this, just take over and all this other shit, right? So
I think too that they were smart with the whole, ready to party, because there's so many people there that are there for the party as well, in the sense of just something to do, in the off season of, American football. And yes, us more diehard fans are much more, I know that's weird. It's like a diehard fan are going to keep the season tickets no matter what. And then other fans, especially the ones with the kids and all that stuff, are going to keep their tickets because it's just a fun environment, good thing to do with the family. And the season's long. It's just fun to go out there. But then there's that middle that they're going to be like, this is not living up to my expectations. It's not worth my money. So I'm real curious on, what the numbers will be as well.
I mean, the first couple of games will probably be pretty hype, but we'll see. But then to answer this question, I mean, I think we have a salary cap or a salary wage is like 13 million and theirs is 10 or something like that, right? I mean, they just built the team right, man. I mean, yeah, and I mean they you could give them the thing that they actually played last year together technically, right, on the MLS 2 or whatever the hell it's called. But I don't know, man. I mean, they're doing it. Good for them. Can't hate on them. I don't want to be bitter, but they just can't win the whole damn thing.
They've gotten a little bit like St. Louis are good, but they're maybe not as good as the points would suggest they are. Like they've got, if you look at their XG.
So we're saying that the West. Yeah, I mean, stats are stats, though. I mean, you can stat the hell out of a stat, right? I mean, points at the end of the day is all that matters.
Hey, stats are gonna stat, man.
Yeah, stats are gonna stat. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the same way, man. I'm just going to keep renewing at least for another 7 years.
And hold on, the last game of the home game of the season, is Miami. And then let's say Messi doesn't show, and you got people that paid so much money, and then that night is fan appreciation night. And if we were whatever 13th in the table by then or something like that, fan appreciation night, people paid extra money to see the GOAT. He's not there. This is going to be a weird kind of feeling that night,
Yeah, I mean, actually, this is a valid point, right? I mean, if we sort of had the same sort of season we have last year, and I mean, last year obviously was our rookie year, but this year, right? I feel like it's cheaper almost to get the tickets on the market, man, on Ticketmaster than it is to actually have to buy season tickets, right? I mean, man, I don't know. And yes, I mean, that was a good interview, and I mean, he did admit it, right? He did admit that he needed more MLS talent, if you will, versus Eastern Europe. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. And yeah, the people that paid a shit ton to see Messi. I mean, I don't know. I sold 2 of my tickets. I jumped right on that train. I said, "Thank you very much, man. Woo, going on vacation for a weekend." Yeah. Paid for half of my season tickets this year. So yeah, man, screw it. Thanks, Messi. But yeah, I mean, so what we got 4 games left, I think it is.
5.
2 at home, 5, including this weekend. We got 2 more home games, right? We got the Miami game on the 21st, and then Toronto a week from tonight.
Yeah.
So Wednesday nights though, I kind of enjoy Wednesday nights, man. It's not so intense, man.
No fun.
Yeah, it's a little low key, right? I mean, but it's still. And I swear to God, though, if we don't beat Toronto, dude,
What, man?
it's
If
gonna
we
be
don't
nasty.
freaking beat Toronto, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's not. Oh,
New,
God.
New England are beatable this weekend too. They're like in a shambles at the moment with their whole Bruce Arena
Yeah.
stuff. Like
That's the thing. We still have a chance to make the playoffs, man. Watch us sneak in.
now, you know what's going to happen is it's going to be exactly the same as last year. I think we're going to pick up a few points here and there, like over the next couple of weeks, and some wins. We've even got Chicago away coming up, just like we did around this time last year, where we all thought we were going to do it, and then what was it, the second to last game, which was the home to Columbus game, which was the
Thanks, Kalina.
lightning delay game. I think we're going to get to that Miami away game, and then that might be the game that kills our hopes.
Besides it, yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting, man. It'd definitely be interesting to see what happens for sure. But who knows, man? All we want to do.
Hey, hold on. Time out.
Go ahead.
I'm in my garage, right? This is where my setup is. And I swear I hear like a little animal or something over in the corner. So if I got to jump up real quick and take care of some business with a varmint, that's what's
It's
up.
that fucking snake coming down the wall behind you, man.
Is it a Yeti? I can see a Yeti in there.
right.
You've not got a live Yeti?
I'm serious. I kept muting I was like, hold on. What am I hearing? I don't know. Gosh,
You're losing it, man. You're losing it. You all right, man? You want to talk about it?
Right. I'm drinking water tonight.
Yeah, that's vodka. Don't lie, man. That's vodka. Yeah, it is. It's Roscoe, man.
It's Roscoe, bro.
Yeah. Damn right. Speaking of.
Yeah. No, I know. We need to figure out what's going on with Roscoe, man. But yeah, I mean, I'm seriously. I think this is my sort of feeling too, right? I'm gonna be patient with Tanzio, but after the winter window and we come out, if we don't show anything, man, it's gonna be hard to stop being negative.
I gotta figure this out, man. It's gonna freak me out. Hey, just y'all keep going.
All right, JT. If we don't see you, man, we'll call 911 in about 30 minutes. What's that?
Roscoe!
That's it. Yeah, we hear the other team coming back to tie Charlotte, right?
What?
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, right? I mean, we still are in the playoff hunt, right? So I mean, we're not out of it yet, right? And I could see us though, sneaking in and then having to play Miami in that play-in game and losing. God, if we had to play Miami like 3 or 4 times in 2 weeks,
that would be so depressing. Honestly, I would. That's where I would rather not get into the playoffs for sure. If, we got into the playoffs and had to play Miami in the playing game and all the craziness that would come with it, I would be pretty pissed off.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it, man. I feel this too. I just don't see us letting go of Latanzio, man.
I'm for that in the sense of you got to give someone some time. And I know it sucks, but at least 3 years, unless they're just blatantly. And I'm sure some people say he's blatantly doing some bad things, but I'm not smart enough soccer-wise to see it all like so many of you can. But 1 more year. You have 3, and actually he doesn't have 3 years because he has more like 2 2/3. Taking over from Mars. So yeah. I say 1 more year. I say 1 more year, just like our contracts with the PSLs. 1 more year for Latanzio. Yeah. Not that I'm happy with it, folks. Not that I'm happy. I'm just saying 1 more year.
There's been too many weird decisions for me to commit to him. Short of maybe winning out this year. there's too many crazy roster decisions, lineup decisions. His substitutions and his game management is possibly the worst I've ever seen from him.
Oh, the substitutions are terrible.
It's awful.
Yeah,
Especially
so,
Just the timing of it and the choices of who to come on almost every time.
I just opened the garage and hopefully whatever it was is going out.
yeah. I
Or
mean,
they might invite their friends in. Nonetheless, at least the cool air feels good. So
yeah. I mean, the rumors are right that we're going to flush out a lot of the players, so it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting.
House.
I mean, how many players are you talking about? That's a normal thing. You think you're talking like 8 players? What do you mean flush out all the players?
Yeah, 5 or 6 is normal.
Yeah.
Any more than that is abnormal.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're normally not typically your starters, but I could see, or the ones that play the most, right? But I could see that happening for sure.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, man. I mean, JT, man, you might have to jump in there and do something, man. I don't know.
Shoot! Go!
Yeah.
Go!
Yeah, I mean, this can go back though to the beginning of the preseason. I thought we looked pretty good before the season started, and then who did we play first? New England or something? The first game at home, or the very first game?
And he played Monaco, the left back.
Yeah, and we just kind of came out and like completely ripped up what we've been doing all preseason. So I don't know, man.
For real.
Yeah.
I thought the passings looked, sharper, not Cincinnati game, but the previous games. They just looked like they're doing more of the quick, no look passes and everything like that. Still not getting the shots off as much, but still it looked like they were being more creative in the movement of the ball. But yeah, no shots, just whatever.
We need to do the merch thing. We've just been lazy. But we've got a lot of JT and I are in that mode of let's just get through the season and then we'll sit down and really sort of next year we want to crank it up. We're definitely going to have so you guys can call in, and we just got some ideas that we want to do. So we're going to run with it, but we need some time to get together and do it. But yeah. Anyways, so New England this weekend. You think we can get it? You think we're going to win?
I think we'll draw.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I think. I think we draw 2-2, and I think that's a fair result.
2-2.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do y'all think in the comments? Y'all think we're gonna draw? Is David right? Is Yeti Clan right?
He ain't
Do y'all remember that one game where I was we're gonna win 2-1, and I told y'all this is a game that our midfield is gonna make the difference, and Ashley Westwood and Scott Arfield are gonna score, and they scored.
Yeah, that was LA, wasn't it? That was the Galaxy game.
Yeah, that was like 4 games ago.
No, that wasn't Galaxy. Was
okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't remember, man. We talk so much before the game start, man. It's just one big game, man. It's like, is this game ever gonna end? So yeah.
It's just like one big game.
Yeah. 1-1, 2-1. Yo, man, I don't know, man. I honestly don't think we're gonna win, man. I honestly think the best we're gonna get is a draw.
Hey, that 9+ minute extra time, that's spot on right there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Earlier in the season, when you were predicting that we would lose, we actually were playing better. So this seems like you actually truly think we're going to lose. You're predicting we're going to lose, and maybe we lose.
I don't know. You just blew my mind, man. There was a lot of losing in there.
I think we need to ask the Major League Soccer PR department who's going to win this game, because we're the two clubs that they've probably been dealing with all season long. Us because of the Andre stuff earlier in the year, and Nuno, and then New England more recently. Their PR department must absolutely hate Charlotte and New England.
Probably.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to read some of these comments, man. But yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's been a long season, right? It just seems it's been going up. But you know what, though? Come November, man, we'll be like, damn, I wish it was January. Ready to get out there.
I am very happy that it worked out this season. And you're right, Lee. We will be missing it. But it worked out this season that we didn't have any lightning rain delays like we did last year. How crazy was last year? People not getting in. And
what's going to happen next Wednesday?
It's the next day or whatever the day is.
It's house. If it happens now, Matt, so be it. Although I don't think it will, but whatever. I was expecting like at least 2 or 3 again because last year some of those just
Oh, yeah,
walking
last
on
year
the
was bad.
concourse
Oh, man, it was
and they just
miserable.
laid them. Oh, that was miserable. That was so crazy, man.
Yeah.
So the fact that that didn't happen, I'll take that as a win.
No, Heidi, we're not going to blame the refs. We're not going to blame the refs.
No one's even said anything about the refs.
I'll read the comment.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying. No one has said it yet. That's good.
Oh, they've been saying it, though, on the interviews after the games and all that, too.
I know that tonight, man. I'm talking tonight.
I
Damn
just
it.
said it.
I know you said it.
They're not. Somebody said it tonight.
Man, shit.
Uh-oh.
I'm out. I'm just out. I'm out. Y'all come back to me when you want to.
All right. Hey, JT, man, what do you think, man?
It's bullshit.
I love it, bro.
Yeah, the refs do love Heidi, man. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of people are on that Latanzio train out, man. I don't know. I just don't know if that's going to be the fix, though, because I honestly just don't think we have the players to do what needs to be done regarding. I mean,
I think it's part of the fix. It's definitely not the silver bullet.
Yeah,
It's part of the fix.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I mean, but then I feel like if Latanzio goes, man, Zorn has to go, and I could just see both of them going at the end of the third season. Matt, yours like,
Zoran, in my opinion, has done two things that you can argue have been wrong. One, his selection of DPs. Like, Carroll is a borderline DP level quality. He's done okay. He's not been top 5 DP player by any means, but he's okay. And Enzo and Camille have definitely not worked out as DP. So his DP choices have failed him. Then secondly, his choices of managers, both managers for different reasons, have not panned out. So his secondary players, the Westwoods, the Melanders of the world, there's been a lot of like half decent like core players that we've got. It's the top level players that we've got in the team that have not panned out.
Well, that's
that's fair.
Well, that's the question too. I mean, you say his choice, but just like in the new intro earlier, we're seeing like who wants to come here. It's a two-way street. You can throw money at it, I guess, but still, it's like new team, Charlotte not doing so hot, whatever. I don't know, but it's like it's not as easy to be like, hey, I want you, come here. I don't know though. I don't know how it works on the back end.
I mean, I go back and forth on this. I just don't think like one solid DP, unless he's like Messi caliber for sure, right, is gonna fix the issues in Charlotte. What do you think?
Again, I think it's part of the solution.
Yeah, I mean, it is, of course, right?
Costa being a great example from Cinci. Like having one player like that would get us part of the way there. Having a better manager would get us part of the way there. Having a winger that can fucking cross the ball would get us another part of the way there. Change those three things. I think we'd probably be like a 5th, 6th level team.
Well, I mean, again, that's why I think Jalen needs to start if we're going to play that style ball, man. He's probably one of the better crossers, if not the best crosser we have.
Honestly.
But,
Yeah, that dude from Cincinnati was badass.
Yeah, and I mean, striker could help for sure. But yeah, I mean, where'd it go?
Well, at the same time, you talking about Jaws. Do most teams start all their DPs? Jaws.
I mean, that's why you pay him, right? I mean, but
he's barely coming. And I like Jaws and stuff, but he's barely coming in, and he's the DP or our third DP. So it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, and this is true too. I mean, they did say, right, we're not going to bring in big name players. We're going to sort of find the ones with potential and sell them on. Essentially, is what he said. I mean, but
I thought he was speaking about that, he was saying that he didn't want to have players coming in that were basically like looking for a last big payday in their career and were going to be lazy. Basically, he wanted people to come in that wanted to work.
Yeah,
and
but I mean,
that could be a big name, but it would have to be the right big name.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, the names we've been attached to, none of them has been like, oh, damn, really? We're in for them? It's been like, who? And then we have to go look him up, look at his stats, find some YouTube clips.
Wikipedia.
And then we all get on the hype train because we got a new player, and then he plays like 2 or 3 games like, this motherfucker sucks. Get him out of here. David, what do you think, man?
I think it's not good enough overall. I think no matter what we do, it has to be a switch within the team and front office and coach. I think it all just needs to change. We just need to clean house, honestly, because our system don't work with Lattanzio most of the time.
Yeah.
We get a lot of individual mistakes, and that comes from no chemistry on the team. There's no confidence between the players. Sometimes you see it, but then it just comes down to like you see them lapse of concentration sometimes. Toy Lama being a liability in the back, and
yeah, we haven't seen him.
He's
just like
disappeared.
game 6 or something, man. He just vanished with Carujo.
Exactly. So it's been an overall thing, to be honest. It's easy to point the finger at the manager, but it's overall.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like, my God, we're still experimenting with the starting lineup, and still learning a lot. It's like, is this the way it happens? You figure by the middle of the season, you would have, maybe you need a couple more pieces here and there, but you would have like, this is our starting line. And I still feel like they still don't know who the hell's starting.
But JT, if you asked all of our fan base what their preferred starting 11 would be, you obviously wouldn't get everyone saying the same thing. I think you would get a lot of consistency though, especially between like 8. I think there'd be 8 or 9 players that everyone would agree on would be
right. So like Marks, for instance.
Maybe Marks would start. He would be one of the controversial ones.
No, Marks would go and score. That's what he would do. But to Jorge's point, right? How much do we blame our position on Lattanzio versus our players? You know, obviously that break tackle was terrible. It's like, what the hell were you thinking, man? Byrne penalty against Nashville. I will defend Byrne on that, man. And then obviously the own goals and all that other stuff too. I mean, in my opinion, Byrne, and I saw it in a couple of games. He's pretty fast, right? And he's the one that's always chasing the ball down, and he's pretty much our last player. But then it's like once he either is crowding out that forward or whatever, he's just got no out. Like Kalina's standing there like, oh shit, don't pass it to me. I don't know what you want me to do. And then the rest of the guys are like, well, he's just going to handle it. It's like somebody just kind of run back so he can play it sideways. I don't know. It just, to me, I feel like he got a bad rap on that penalty. I mean, if Kalina had come off his line and just took it, fell on it, that would have been a 1-0 win, and we could have taken off and left Nashville with 3 points.
I've been liking Byrne recently for sure. I think, just his speed and his effort, but of course his stature is not as big, so which can play to your advantage if he gets run over. I don't know, but I don't have any complaints with Byrne lately.
Yeah, I mean, Cambridge is a right winger. I don't know, man. That boy's going to be gone too. Watch, he'll go on to bigger and better things, man. Before we even get to really see him play for Charlotte on the first team.
I don't think he's a starter yet, but I certainly think he should have been given more of a chance than he has been the last couple of months.
Yeah, I mean, but then that goes back to the question, right? What happened with the build with Legacy and then the build with the first team? It's like Zoran's in charge of both of them, if I'm understanding it correctly.
And that, honestly, Crown Legacy being so good is what gives me hope for next season, maybe more than anything else. Like Philadelphia are a team that's built through their academy, and Next Pro is obviously an extension of that. We've obviously brought a lot of players into it too, but it's our team of players that we're developing to be able to add to the first team. And we have the best, maybe second best, but one of the top 2 teams in Next Pro, and they've just demolished everyone. Like, that gives me a lot of hope that, are we going to get a ton of players in that team next year into the first team? No, probably not. But I think you're going to start to see them sprinkle into the first team more. So that gives me a lot of hope that we don't necessarily need to bring in as many players as you'd think, because a couple of those guys are probably going to make the step up.
Right. I mean, but Bond had a very valid point the other day on Twitter, right? He says something about the fact, like, if it's silly mental mistakes, then, I forget the guy's name that's the mental coach, right? What is he doing? Like, is he not doing his job? You
have a mental coach?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. He obviously needs to come to your garage.
I'm going to shut it right now. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. But, I don't know, man. It's just, all the teams I support, man, none of them. Oh, no. Yeah. No, I mean, all the support. I mean, the teams I support, I don't know what it's like to have a winning team, and I was really hoping Charlotte would be it.
Same.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. There's a whole disconnect, and I really think. But to the point of the players we brought in during the summer season, like the summer window, man. I mean, you can see like the Finnish left back, Heary or whatever his name is. I think he's going to be good for us. I actually like Privet, man. He's been doing solid in the back up until last weekend, right? He just sort of had an off game. Privet and Melanda have done well, right? And then it's that right wing that like we're always swapping. We don't have a consistent sort of starting 11. And, I don't know, like, why does Bronico start all the time?
Because he's probably one of the ones that works the hardest on the team, to be honest.
Yeah, he's the
That's what
heartbeat.
Latanzio likes. Not so
Yeah,
much
man.
flair on the ball. Works
I mean,
hard.
he is a
runs.
workhorse. I'll give him that.
So
I like
that's
Brandt
the style of
as a
player that
CDM.
Latanzio likes.
I like Brandt a lot as a CDM. He's playing far too far forward the last few games, the last couple of months.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. But I mean, Bronico is probably the only player that's I'm assuming has started all season, right? He's come in and just worked through, and then, again, I mean, he does work his socks off, but you can sometimes see him around like the 65th minute. That man's just gassed. It's like, hey, Latanzio, that would be a good time for a sub.
That's definitely on Latanzio.
It is.
You and win.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gotten better about that towards the end of the season, though. I just feel like I heard a lot more complaints from the people we talked to earlier in the season with the subs coming in. I feel like they've been better about that.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't watch the Cincinnati game, like I said, but from what I saw that the subs were made, he was bringing on defensive players when we were losing. That's poor substitutions in my mind. Like,
yeah, right.
Maybe he was resting players for maybe he didn't want to bring on Arfield because he was like, we've already lost this game anyway. I don't know, but it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, actually, we have that one time that one player got hurt, and it was early in the first half. It was forced. He was forced, Yeah, and that's it, right? Better time frame on sub, but just not the right players. I mean, we definitely sort of get that 1-goal lead, and then we just sort of fall back into this old Italian style way of playing football, right? Of just sitting back and just trying to not lose. And yeah, I'd be damned if we don't always tie.
Is Westy gonna stay around?
Yeah, he'll be around for at least one more season.
Yeah, I think he's got another year left in him.
I've liked his leadership on the field, and I've liked his gusto. He really brings some of that attitude that I think is really good.
Yeah, I mean, I like him and Arfield, and I still think Breck's going to become good, man, right? He's actually going to show up and be something too. But again, it's like I'm watching the team, and it's like all our best players are in the middle, but yet we push it out to the wing. I don't know. It drives me insane.
That's why if we had a winger and a really good cam, you could move basically everyone back to the positions they should be in.
Right.
You can pull Westwood and Bronico further back. You can play Brecht in a better position than he has been in. It just having those one or two more players, you could. At the moment, it's like Latanzio's overthinking it. It's like, well, I've got to play this guy here, but that means I have to play that guy there out of position, then that guy out of position, then that guy out of position, and that guy out of position, and it fucks the whole team up.
Yeah.
Cascades. That's an interesting point. Yeah, if he puts one person out of position, it forces his hand to have to move everyone else out.
Yeah.
Well, that's because we keep playing that formation that I mean, I don't know. Why can't we play 4-4-2, Latanzio? Call me up, man. I'll chat with you. I'll get you there.
Get Mike Bassett, England manager, in Lee. You're the only one that's probably going to get that reference. But
what'd you say? I wasn't even paying attention.
I said get Mike Bassett.
Oh, really? I mean, we'll leave that alone.
I definitely didn't get it.
So, yeah, it's an old it's a 3 lines thing. I mean, I wouldn't even say it's finishing, Adam, man. I would say it's more of taking a shot. Like I'm like, I don't care if you take a couple of pop shots outside the box. I've been screaming this for 2 fucking years now. Just take the shot. If it opens up, take the shot.
That's a good question. Do you think now that we're so close to not being in the play or whatever, do you think Latanzio does try something different, or they just like the hell with it and just, throw something out throw something out there different than what we've seen all season.
Well, see, that's why I think we're gonna just kind of keep Latanzio, and like Matt said earlier, 6 to 7 players are probably gonna leave, and just build around what we have that's actually played halfway decent this year. Because I mean, if we flush the whole team and the manager and have to start over, I mean, again, it's just almost like being a new team to the league again.
Yep.
I mean, like, how many times are we going to reset, right?
Yeah.
Well, are we even set?
Yeah.
Is the
No, we're
point?
not.
Have we set ourselves? Come
Yeah,
on,
I mean, our field will take shots. Yeah. Yeah, and it does. It does. And like, it'll at least draw those players out the box, and then we can push it to the wing and whip it in. I mean, shit. Let's talk about our damn our corners and our free kicks and all that. I mean, you can almost guarantee. I'm willing to bet $100 almost on every corner that we're gonna take that corner and their goalkeeper's gonna catch it. Like, it's all. I mean, that's got to be. I wish I had a stat on that. That's like 95% of the time, and we can't defend them either, man. For shit.
No, we average 9 corners a game.
Yeah, and how many
It's just
times
teams
do we
know
actually
we can't do anything with them, so they're willing to give us corners.
Yeah.
What about other set pieces? I mean, because if we're that bad with corners, then have we been
Right.
consistently that bad with everything else?
Yeah, we're not good with set pieces at all. We're not.
Yeah,
we're
we
not.
suck. We can't defend them either.
Exactly. We're at liability on set pieces.
Yeah.
Have we scored from a set piece?
Yeah.
This
House
season.
Bar. Oh.
This season.
Yeah.
Either a header from a corner or a free kick cross or a free kick direct shot.
I didn't think we did, but we actually did. I did go back and had to dig deep. We did score a header. Both, and the crazy thing is, Miriam has had both of the assists on both of these corners. One was to Karol Swiderski against LA Galaxy when we beat them 1-0, and then away. And then the other one was Miriam to Enzo Copetti when Copetti had that brace against NYCFC.
Damn, look at David coming out with the.
Where's that from, man?
info.
Shit.
I do my research.
Down there?
Even that LA Galaxy one though was a breakdown of the Galaxy defense, and like Swiderski was free at the back.
Exactly. You want to know what the crazy thing about that cross is? That ball bounced in the middle of the 6.
Yeah.
And then Karol Swiderski touched it in. That shows how terrible the defense was for the LA Galaxy and how open Swiderski was.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, is this true? Is this true, David?
I did. I got a yellow card for it, but hopefully they bring it back on that one. That's redemption right there, baby.
Yeah, you're always good in that book, brother, man. I don't give a shit what anybody says, man. Shout out to the Beauty Clan, bros, yo. Yeah, look, everybody's coming out, man. They're like roaches all of a sudden on you, David, man. Yeah, you ain't gonna mess with him, man. He's on our show, man. David's cool, man. He got it right off the bat, man.
Now bring the heat. Bring the heat, baby. I love it.
Yeah.
Have you seen how big Yetis are?
Yeah.
You know how big a clan of Yetis are?
That's
Have
right.
you seen my security guard, dog?
Yeah, that's
Damn,
right.
yeah, he just can't remember who he's talking to half the time.
Hey, man, y'all don't pick on
Or
George.
Flobin.
No, I'm not
That's
picking
why you
on
don't-
George, man. I love George, man. He's a good guy, man. He's a genuine dude, man. So
Boy.
yeah. No, and to answer this question real quick, there's a reason. I believe that's like a worldwide rule.
Yeah,
why
that's
they don't
a
show
big
it, because people can get pissed, right, or whatever. It's all at the ref's discretion. So
And also, you can't do that because if there is, extra time in the extra time, they don't stop the clock and then add in more. It has to happen as the time's going. So you couldn't tell the board operator to then just add 30 seconds without stopping it and saying add 30 seconds.
right.
I always have my phone ready to go for the start of injury time every game, knowing that we're going to probably not make it to the end of injury time without conceding anyway. So
I love the positivity, man.
Yeah.
I know, man. These were
I
small.
may be in the
I
American
laughed a
system,
lot
but you
tonight.
can't get rid of that English pessimistic mentality.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there, brother, man. It's all doom and gloom until it's not, right? Yeah. But that's on TV, coach. They don't show it because fans can get pissed off and it can cause a ruckus and it's not needed. So, anyways, but yeah, there's a rule about that. So, yeah,
Yeah.
4 or 5 more games, folks. So, and
We
that's
were
it.
nodding our head like, no. Come on, man. Come on.
I mean,
Maybe make
I'm
the playoffs.
excited to go to the next game. I am. I enjoy like knowing like
I'm shaking my head because I don't want the season to be over. I hate when it's the off season.
yeah, I'm having mixed feelings about it though. Mainly
Yeah,
because
it's like whenever we have like a spell of like 2 home games back to back, and then we have like a 2-week break,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
within that 2-week break, you're just like, oh, I can't wait to go back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's how
Well,
I feel in the off season.
and that's why I think they need to run the Leagues Cup throughout the season, like they do the U.S. Open Cup, right? It's just like
Yeah.
just sprinkle it in there. Give us a cup game during the week or something, man. You know, it doesn't have to be like we're just going to stop the season, right?
And
Yeah,
it's a
that'd be
brand
dope.
new thing, so they can change it. It's not like it's got some
Oh, they won't
tradition.
though. Well, I mean, I'm assuming. I think the reason behind that though too was right because of the traveling for the teams coming out of Mexico and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, I was about to say it's going to be hard for them to like with their schedule to sprinkle it out through the MX season and then our season as well.
And
yeah,
also,
but I mean,
no one played in Mexico, did they? No one went
Yeah.
down.
No,
they
yeah,
didn't go
that's
down
fine.
to Mexico,
Oh, no,
did
no,
they?
like nobody played in Mexico.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'd be pissed. Be like, what the, you know?
But again,
yeah.
it'd be cool to go down there, right? And travel. You want to travel, David?
I would, but them fans can be toxic, boy.
Well,
But
Hey, y'all, I'm JT. I don't know much about this soccer stuff, but man,
that's a whole nother level of supporter
Yeah.
groups right there, dog.
yeah. I mean, David, I don't think you spend much time in the Facebook pages for Charlotte because those
Exactly.
ones right there, y'all get
Anybody can
toxic
say
as
something on
man. Jesus
Facebook.
Christ, man, it gets toxic in
Yeah,
there.
And
Facebook gets
anybody can
rough.
say something on Facebook when it comes down to it, that's a whole nother level of supporters right there, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Those guys, they bleed that stuff, bro.
Or
Oh,
make
down in
you
Mexico.
leave.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been
I
to
mean-
Millwall. I can take it.
yeah, Millwall's not bad though, is it? I like Millwall actually. My dad was so cheap, man. He wouldn't take me to a Spurs game. We always went to the Millwall games. I was like, oh, cheap bastard. Better be watching, Dad. You owe me a Spurs trip for sure. Anyway, yeah, at least give me the money. I'll go by myself. But no, I mean, you know, it is. It's easy to get negative, right? And it's like, you know, we try to be positive and keep trying to push the buzz going. Because I too, like, I know when the off season's over, it's gonna be like, damn, man, I'm ready to go to a game. Because you know, and I do like the fact that the games have all been later in the evening, so you know, you can get some shit done during the day, right? You know, for us older folks with kids and yard work and all that shit, and still make it out there to see Charlotte play. So, and it's good to just be around everybody, and you know, everybody's just. I mean, the tailgates though, the tailgate seems to be dropping too, man.
Yeah, I mean they were dropping, but then they kind of the last tailgate was kind of lit. Not the Wednesday game one, but the
Right. Wednesdays
Saturday
don't
game.
count.
Wait
The
for the
Hispanic
Miami
Heritage Night, that
home
Saturday
game
was
is going to be
lit.
crazy.
What's
Because
that?
the Miami home game tailgate will be crazy because
Oh
there's
yeah,
going to be stupid amounts of people in the stadium again.
And
yeah.
the
I
Rockets
expect that
don't-
one to be lit, but we'll see.
How'd you do that?
Oh, we just hit the switcheroo, bro.
Yeah, how'd you do that?
What the?
It must be
Bruh,
that farm- that farm in the corner, man.
Every time I come on a show or something, like on Monday night, I threw up the peace sign and then balloons popped up, and now this dude's switching back and forth, bro.
You're over there. Somebody's wishing you a happy birthday or something, man, on your phone or something.
The
What,
voodoo
dude?
that you
I hope
do,
it's not
man.
my PlayStation controller. I thought I was over here switching back to the Miami game.
That man comes on that show and he's over here playing. What are you playing? Call of Duty or something, man?
No,
Like,
I'm
really?
watching the
This is
freaking
terrible.
Miami game.
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
I'm putting the game on.
Yeah. So, yeah, I hear you. But yeah, I mean,
Speaking of watching the game, I guess I wonder if Apple's gonna, you know, they're getting so much money anyway, but next year are they gonna give all the season ticket holders free Apple again?
They are. That's. I think.
is that a perk from the
Other
MLS?
clubs have already confirmed that, so it's probably league wide.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, though, I don't really know how many games I really watched. I mean, because even the Charlotte games happened to be the free game, right? For the majority, it felt like. So it's like I don't know how that, other than watching, you know, the replays or some of the reviews shows and all that. I mean, I just feel like Charlotte's always been able to be on the TV. So, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do with the ticket renewals, man. And you know, and that's another sad thing. I mean, Charlotte, fans have shown up, right? And we've continuously had decent crowds for the most part. I will say the Wednesday night games are a little less, but I get that, right? People can't drive in from Raleigh or, down from Greenville, up from Greenville and those sort of areas. But, you know, I mean, we've been showing up, man. It's time to show up on the pitch personally.
Well, at least all these draws, besides the 0-0 ones, at least, when they're home games, we have something to celebrate. That's been the saddest thing to me ever is a 0-0 draw.
What do you mean?
As in not having a goal to celebrate. I tell people who've never been to a game and about throwing the beers and craziness. If there's not at least one goal to celebrate and have everyone cheering and going crazy, then that's just really sad.
Oh yeah. Like
I don't know, man. I think
game, that was boring.
Some of the best games I've ever seen have ended 0-0, man.
Yeah, but you're dumb.
Not in Charlotte. Not in Charlotte.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. I mean, this is it. I think this sums it up, right? Is we have such good fan support, but below average on the pitch. That's exactly my So New England, Saturday, not at home. So if you're going out to your watch parties, whatever, it'll be what it is. So JT, what do you think the score is going to be?
I'm with David. I'm like from earlier, 2-2. Draw
2-2.
We know how to do that well.
Yeah. David, you're going to stick with it?
I'm going to stick with it because if we get anything other than a 2-2, if we lose, I'm going to be upset. But if we get a win and it's not 2-2, I'm going to be super happy. But I'm going to just be content with a 2-2 draw.
Pat?
You've inspired me, so I'm going to go 0-0.
I mean, honestly, though, right? I mean, it's true. I mean, Capetti's supposed to be a good player. Carroll's supposed to be a good player, but I mean, they're not lighting up the league with goals, man.
No.
I mean, if anything, I'd say 1-1. But
I also feel like Carroll, he just seems like not happy, and all the talk of him, obviously he wants to go back to Europe. It's just kind of like, okay, well, you gave it a shot here. You were the one DP, last year we had the big, welcoming him into the stadium and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, dude, I get your frustrations and everything, but if you don't really want to be here, then adios.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Like a lot of these players come in and have kids all of a sudden, and it's just like their whole mentality sort of changes. Like, we're ready to go home and have some family support.
Not the 2 games ago, because I was right when the team was coming out.
Really?
Capetti was coming out with his newborn baby.
Yeah.
He had a little baby in his arms. Like, oh shit, Capetti got a baby.
Yeah, he didn't fall over then, did he?
There's a great photo.
Whoa!
Yeah, maybe that's what we need. We need to have him running around with his kid in his arms, and then that way he won't fall over and flop, man. Perfect. Problem solved. Latanzio, man, we're just giving you all these nuggets, man. You better incorporate them.
Have him hold like a little fake baby. Just have him
Yeah.
run around with a fake baby.
Have him strapped in like off a hangover or something, man.
Oh,
Brilliant.
man.
Yeah. I mean, hell, give him a stroller. We don't care, right? Just whatever it takes, man. Yeah, and I mean, it's true. None of the DPs, in my opinion, seem happy, man. And I had so much. I thought Jaws was going to show up and do something this season, man. Then he ended up getting hurt, right, in the cup game, and that sort of wrecked his whole season, in my opinion. But
yeah, I still don't know like what the real Jaws is because of that. Like he was good for like that 6 to 8 game period.
Yeah, it was at least 4. Yeah,
back to last year Jaws again. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, he's not even getting a sniff now. I mean, Bender, in my opinion, is not a starter. If we're going to put him out in the way, I just don't think he's starting at all, right? But I mean, you would think Jaws would start over Bender, but for whatever reason, not.
Well, what about Vargas, man? That's another winger that we could try out. I don't
Well,
see
Vargas again. See, this is what I don't understand. We get these players in, these new players show up, they play like 3 or 4 brilliant games and give us all that hype and excitement, right? And then all of a sudden they just drop off. I mean, I guess that goes back to either being told you're not going to play that, because Vargas, when he first started, he was direct, running up players and taking shots and just looked lively as hell. And it's like, finally, man, we got somebody that just wants to just be busy. And, then it's like he got his hand smacked, got grounded, put on the bench, and they come back, and it's just boring, predictable FC.
It goes back to what you said before, Lee, about people taking shots from outside the area. That applies to pretty much our whole attacking game. We don't take shots from outside the area. We don't take risky forward passes. Which is we play the safe ball around the area a lot. We don't try and dribble past people and make risky runs. It's all very safe around the area. And the other teams are like, I'm just going to sit here because I know exactly what Charlotte are going to do. Go for it, guys, because we know what you're going to do, and it's not going to get past us because it's going to be boring.
All right, push it out to the wing and we'll clear it because you guys can't cross a fucking ball.
Someone went to Vargas and said, Kerwin, Charlotte is going to Charlotte. Do not shoot the ball and run towards goal. Charlotte is going to Charlotte.
Yeah. No, I don't get it, man. It's like we're not allowed to shoot. And I mean, even against the Philly game, I mean, they were like in the 6-yard box and still passing it to each other. I was like, what the hell are we gonna do? Just walk it in? It's like just fucking somebody shoot.
Yeah, right.
That was the American goal. Like even that, like the ball was just like bouncing around in the area.
Yeah,
he was like, fuck it. And just smashed it as hard as
he just had enough, right? Yeah. No, seriously, like, I mean, it's you shoot, either the keeper's going to gobble it up or he's going to spill it, right? Or it's going to deflect. There's so much that can go, man. Oh, Jesus. Anyways.
Deep breaths.
I feel that, Lee. I feel that. I feel that with a passion, bro.
Right? Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, and I mean, again, right? I mean, I think we all agree on that, right? It's been on this show, been on other shows, have talked about the game, has their own podcast. And if you're not following Crown Breakdown on YouTube, you should. It's actually a good channel. So go over there and hit his sub button too. But yeah, I mean, there's no flexibility. The game plan is too predictable, and it's, before we wrap this up, you can see Capetti actually making those runs and he's open, like down the middle. But for whatever reason, we'll either stop and hold it up and wait for their players to get back, or again, we push it out to the wing. So, yes, they are a supporters group. So we'll close it down with this. All right, David, tell them where they can find you guys at, man.
All right. Well, to answer his question, we're not a supporter group.
Right,
We're part of supporters groups. We have supporter group memberships with multiple, but the Yeti Clan is what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to do more of like a media standpoint, bring stuff to you from a fan point of view, not like, in depth, but more from like a fan perspective, stay in tune with the people. So that's what the Yeti Clan is really about. We try to bring you everything Charlotte FC from the fan perspective of things. And so we also try to put out content on the regular. We do match day vlogs, but y'all can catch us on Instagram at CLTFC Yeti Clan and on YouTube. That's what we mainly use Instagram for all our stuff. We'll try to get more involved next season and get like other stuff going, but it's a little tough to get stuff going, but definitely check us out. We got more stuff coming soon, so definitely want to check us out.
Yeah, man, y'all need to have a Yeti Clan Spotify playlist, man, because some of that music y'all be dropping in on y'all's vlogs, man, is pretty legit. I'll go YouTube it and listen to it all day, man. I'm like, hell yeah. I mean, texting David, I'm like, who's that one, man? That you?
That's true. I'm gonna make one for the end of the season. I got you.
All right, cheers. Yeah, Matt. People want to find you, follow you, talk to you, talk shit about Fulham and how crap of a team they are. Where can they find you?
We're in the fourth round of the League Cup. I'll have you know.
Yeah.
It's a legit competition.
Yeah, it is. It's almost as good as the League's Cup, right?
I have various accounts, both personal, both banter and supporters group. So at Matt Chantry on Twitter and mchantry18 on Instagram. My more banter account that most people know me for now is Westwood Tea Gang. So Westwood Tea Gang on Instagram and Twitter, which mainly for tea-based joke content and laughing with Ashley Westwood and trying to come up with an Ashley Westwood chant.
Big Westwood. That's what we need. No, seriously. Before I was ready to shut this down. I wish sometimes we could just stop the drumming and actually just like sing simple songs, man. We could do the Westwood song. We could do, how the old Celtic. Yeah, whatever, man. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I think you're a big part of the chant committee there, Matt. But like sometimes it would be just nice if we could get something simple that the whole stadium could sing. Other than
Yeah,
Charlotte
there's
FC.
been discussions internally that David knows about it as well, of like moving into that for next year and trying to get that done. So there's work to do over the winter.
No, and I appreciate all the different people from the TIFO committee to all the chant guys, all game day experiences. So I mean, a lot of people fuss and complain, but the supporters groups and the fans are there every week at the home games, and even the away games, making sure that that we have the best experience we can. I mean, it's a lot of work, man. I mean, I joined up on one of the tifos. I thought it would be something easy to do and hang out, but Jesus Christ, the amount of work that went into that. So if you haven't volunteered yet, definitely reach out. I know there's a lot of I think QC Royals right now have got some online auction going on for some good charity work. I mean, Charlotte FC fans as a whole do a lot, man, for the community and even outside the community, right? I mean, some of these foundations that we sort of like raise money for is not just in Charlotte, but it's overall like cancer and all that kind of stuff. So if you're not involved, you should get plugged in, man. There's a lot of good people, and you might be surprised you might make a new friend.
I'll shout out that as well. That what a lot of groups are doing at the moment is the Light the Night Leukemia and Lymphoma Society fundraisers at the moment. I think most, if not all, of the groups are involved in it to some degree. It finishes up with a big event next month, I think.
Yeah.
Or November. I forget the exact date. Matt Swift will know it. But yeah, there's lots of opportunities to donate money to that through any of the groups. Also, City are doing a National Scarf Day giveaway today. Scarves on Instagram, so you can check that out.
Yeah.
You get a scarf. You get a scarf.
Yeah. But yeah, so with that being said, I mean, as always, right, we're here Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on our YouTube channel doing the live shows. If you want to come on the show, reach out to us on one of the many platforms. We'd love to have you say your point. Fan interviews after the game. If you're new to the show, hit the sub button. And if you're a regular OG, hit the like button for us. And JT, man, any closing comments?
Let's go!